The city of Kalamazoo is considering a new proposal with the goal of addressing racism and inequality in housing.
News 8's Kyle Mitchell has this story new tonight.
Many people spoke about the proposal at a city work session tonight. Some see it as a way to make real change, while others say it doesn't address the issue.
Welcome to the City Commission.
In front of the packed house,
we want the landlords to be partners in this process.
City commissioners listened to concerns about housing in Kalamazoo.
We have policies that are racist. We have policies that are unjust.
A proposed ordinance would make changes aimed at stopping discrimination and inequality in rental housing.
There are people in town who charge $150 per person to apply.
We talk about housing, we talk about building more units, which is absolutely necessary, but if we don't address the barriers that people have into entering into those units, such as their criminal background or the eviction history or even application fees, then there will continue to be a problem.
Some of the proposed changes include eliminating blanket housing rejections, creating new protections for people who use housing vouchers, and establishing more rights for people who are incarcerated.
The federal government does have things in place, but as we all know, that doesn't always pan out for everyone.
The plan would also regulate rental application fees, create a civil rights board to review complaints, and fine landlords that don't comply. Several landlords spoke in public comment saying the ordinance would put too much of a burden on them, doesn't create clear uniform standards, and doesn't address the root issues leading to homelessness.
The effort to concentrate this upon the landlords of the city is not only inappropriate, but it's wrong. Why haven't we raised this to the level of the county? Why not engage Texas Township, City of Portage?
But supporters of the proposal say local government should not just leave the issue to the county, state, or federal government.
These are lives that we're talking about. These are people we're talking about, and that's very important.
Grand Rapids passed a similar ordinance in August of last year. Vice Mayor Griffin hopes the proposal can be voted on by commissioners as soon as possible. In the Kalamazoo studio, Kyle Mitchell, News 8.